Welcome back to my channel. I know I have been missing for a little while. My family has had, unfortunately, some deaths in the family, back to back to back, and we were also under the weather, like many of you around the world. Omicron has reared its ugly head, and colds and flus and all kinds of things are running amok. So if you are still under the weather, I wish you a speedy recovery. And I am back and I'm feeling much, much better. Our spirits are still heavy for those that we have lost, but we know that they are no longer suffering, no longer in pain, and we take a little bit of solace in that. So I'm back. I'm here today. Today we're going to do a beauty video, and tomorrow I may do a gardening video, or next week I may do a gardening video. You all know me. It's just whatever I find beautiful, that's what I'm going to talk about that day. So for Best in Beauty 2021, I'm going to share with you the things that I've been loving. Some of them are new, some of them are old faithfuls, and let's just get right into it. So for primers, last year whenever I did wear makeup, I was going for the quickest route possible, and it's my Old Faithful Lancome UV Expert. I think I may have talked about this on my channel before. It's a primer and moisturizer and SPF all in one. I love this stuff. It's one and done, and it doesn't make me too greasy like some SPFs do, and there's no flashback, so I enjoy that. For color correctors, I didn't wear a lot of color correctors, but I did find a new one that is worth mentioning, and it's from Nars. It's their Radiant Creamy Color Corrector. With this stuff, just a little dab will do you, and I like it. I found myself reaching for it just as much as my Charlotte Tilbury Color Corrector, which you guys know I like. And I have it in the shade Medium Deep. So that is a new color corrector that I've been into. For foundations, there's just one. Well, technically, there's three. It is the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. I liked it so much, I bought 3 different shades. So I have this no matter what shade I am during the year. I have 13, 15, which is what I'm currently wearing, and 17, which I wear when I'm really out in the garden and maybe hitting the beach and all of that good stuff. Yeah, I can't say enough. I have other foundations, obviously, but I haven't been able to put these down. Winter, summer, spring. Ever since these came out, 99.9% of the time, this is what I'm rocking. So it's gonna take a lot for me to stop using these. So I don't know about you guys, but if you haven't picked this up yet, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need it. Now, concealers. Concealer is the one beauty product that I probably buy the most of, besides eyeshadow. I do buy a lot of eyeshadow. But I've never found like that holy grail concealer, and I still haven't. But the ones that I used a lot last year were this new one by Shiseido, and I have it in the shade 401 Tan, and this is their Synchro Skin concealer, so it's pretty good. It's not, in my opinion, full coverage, but it is good. It's what I'm wearing today, and I like it. My Old Faithful Cover FX. Cover FX is going out of business, and I don't know what to do with myself, because I think I must be the only one who loves this concealer, because I can't imagine why other people don't love this. So I do have one backup. So when that's gone, or when this and that are gone, that's it. No more Cover FX. So that makes me really sad. But I did wear this a ton. And another concealer that I used quite a bit is by e.l.f. And it's their 16-hour Camo Concealer, the matte one. Now, I do have normal to dry skin, but I also have a lot of lines under my eyes, fine lines under my eyes, and sometimes with your more radiant or creamy or moisturizing formulas, I found that they would sink into those wrinkles even when I set them, because I always set my concealer. Um, but I found that this one was pretty good. The only problem is I don't have an exact shade like a lot of drugstore products. So I use the shades Deep Chestnut and Deep Caramel, and I mix the two. And that gives me a perfect concealer shade. So I do like this quite a bit. And this one and the Shiseido were new finds for me last year. Setting powder, I don't have a new one. It's Laura Mercier all day, every day. This is what I use to set my under eye, and I haven't found anything else better. Period. Full stop. For setting spray, I did find a new setting spray, and it's a Professional Super Setter. I heard a lot of people talking about this, and I agree. I like this a lot. So before this, I used one by Lancome and one the Urban Decay setting spray, the really popular one. The name is escaping me right now. I don't know how, because I used to use it all the time. And I still love those two setting sprays, but this one has found a new home and I use it quite a bit. So now, blurring powders or an all over finishing powder. I may have talked about this before, but like I said, a lot of these products aren't new. They're just what I reached for the most last year. And that is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless, Charlotte Tilbury Airless. Lord, why is this so hard to say? Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. Whew, Charlotte, darling. Anyway, I have this in the shade 3 Tan, and I love this stuff. Whenever I forget to put this on, I'm always like, what's wrong with my makeup? Something's just it's not giving. And it's when I forget to use this. It's just that little something that just gives everything that soft veil of like, you're finished. You're as perfected as your face is gonna be, and your face is as perfected as it's gonna be, and everything is cohesive. That's what this gives me, and I love this stuff. Now, a new find for me, and it's become a fast favorite. I started using this, I don't know, about 5 months ago, when Kelsey Brianna J recommended it on her channel, and it's not a new product, but it was definitely new to me, and it's by Lancome. It's their dual finish powder, and it is just like a finishing powder. I sometimes use this as a powder foundation if I'm just going to put concealer on and some powder and head out the door. I'll sometimes use this because it has a little bit more pigment and coverage than the Charlotte Tilbury. And I have the shade 420 Bisque Neutral, and I really love this stuff. I love the shade. I love the warmth that it gives my skin without looking like I have a completely different color foundation on. It gives a soft, finished look to an everyday beat, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I really like this, and thank you, Kelsey, for the recommendation. So, bronzer. Now, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this, but I gotta talk about it again. Charlotte, she did it again. This Airbrush bronzer, child, it is so good. It just does the work. Like, you just put a little on your brush, and it does the work for you. I have mine in the shade 3 Tan, and it is a winner. It's worth the splurge. And another bronzer that I've been using quite a bit, and it's what I have on today, is by Victoria Beckham. The reason I kept this in the package is because I wanted to talk about the packaging on Victoria Beckham's products. They are all recyclable, and even the lining, the tissue paper type lining in the box, you could wet it and it would dissolve. Amazing. I hadn't seen anything like that before. And so I really wanted to bring attention to her packaging and how environmentally friendly that is. And I love that. So the actual product, I mean, it's Posh Spice. Do we expect anything other than luxury? So it's beautiful. And I got the shade 4. And you get a bronzer and a contour shade, and they are stunning. They're a little bit more pigmented than the Charlotte Tilbury, so I have to make sure I don't kind of go too hard with my brush. Like the Charlotte, I don't have to think about it. I just dab and go. With this one, I just need to be a little bit more careful because it is a little bit more rich, has more pigment, and I appreciate that. And they have a decent amount of shades in their line, and I appreciate that as well. So Victoria Beckham Beauty. It's my first product from that brand, but I am impressed. Blush. Mother has made an appearance in my makeup collection this year, or last year rather, and with her Divine Blush. I love the packaging on this one too, because, I mean, it's beautiful. But the shade I have in this blush is Desert Orchid, and this was a recommendation from Venice here on YouTube. If you don't follow her, you need to. She gives great recommendations on lipsticks, blushes. I love her picks. And this one was a recommendation from her. And this Desert Orchid shade is really, really nice. It's an easy blush for me to wear. I don't have to worry about it. It doesn't clash with anything. It's what I'm wearing today. It has a slight sheen to it, but it's not shimmery, it's not glittery. It's just beautiful. So I really, really enjoy this and enjoy that shade. And thank you, Venice, for this suggestion. The next product that we're going to talk about is a face palette by Nars. And I was kind of on the hunt for a good face palette last year, and I wasn't really... I bought a few, but they were just kind of like, wah, until I found this one. And this is absolutely stunning. This is the High Profile Face Palette by Nars. You need a brush that has a little bit more prickly, not prickly like it's uncomfortable to your skin, but like a super soft brush won't really pick up these blushes very well. I got that tip from Kelsey as well. And if you use the right brush, these blushes are just flawless. This highlight is nice as well. I don't wear it that much, to be honest. It's a little gold, like it's gold on me. And since I have such a neutral, sometimes leaning cool complexion, it's stark. But every one of these blushes has a time and a place on my face. And I love this. I really, really love this. Nars knocked it out of the park with this one. And this one I do believe was a new release last year. For highlighters, so really there's only 2 that I want to talk about. One is my Old Faithful. I've been using it for years. I still wore it a lot last year. It's from Lorac. It's the older formula, unfortunately, so I don't know if you can find this. You might find it in Kohl's. And it's the Twilight shade for illuminating, their illuminating highlighter in the shade Twilight. And it's beautiful. Let me swatch up for you guys. So I'm not sure if it's just very neutral and it goes with everything. So I love this highlighter. It's my favorite highlighter of all time, actually. And another highlighter that I really, really like, and it's almost like you have to whisper it on YouTube because, you know, this brand has gotten some flack. But I really like this highlighter. It's from Jacqueline Cosmetics. I know. Ooh. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. This is Awestruck, and I'm going to swatch this one for you. It is pink and pearly, and it just does something to me on my cheeks. It's really nice, guys. I know this particular brand has had a lot of hiccups. Can't even get it out. It's so taboo. But anyway, this brand has had some hiccups, but this highlighter, it's good, y'all. Can't lie, it's good. Okay, let's go to eyes. Some of my most favorite stuff to talk about. But let's get the boring stuff out of the way first. Mascara hasn't changed. I still use Maybelline Lash Sensational all day, every day. It doesn't change. For my lower lashes, I did start using this Lash Discovery mini brush. It's just got a really skinny wand that I enjoy for my lower lashes. It's also by Maybelline. I just like Maybelline mascaras, so I don't see the point in venturing outside because that's what I like. For eye primers, I still use Urban Decay. The primer potion, I use the shade Eden. And for my brows, I still use my e.l.f. Wild Brow, and I use the shade Natural Brown. I don't really do a lot to my brows. I just try to keep them groomed, and I put a little tinted brow gel, and that's pretty much it, unless I've overplucked or something. I have to fill something in, but usually my brows are the least of my worries on my face, so I just put a little brow gel in them. I've been making a foray into eyeliner, so if you're interested in my thoughts on liquid liner, they haven't changed. Check out that video. I'll put it up in the iCards if you want to take a look at my favorite liquid liner. But I wanted to give a special shout out to this NYX pencil liner for the Waterline in the shade Sapphire. It is so, so pretty. I have it on today. This shade of blue is similar to my shirt, but deeper, and it complements my brown eyes so, so well. My eyes are brown with like an amber undertone to them, and this sapphire shade just is stunning. I love this eyeliner. Now I'm gonna get to talk about eyeshadows, and the eyeshadows that I reached for the most last year are both collabs, so I don't know if they are still available, but these were my favorites, so I'm going to talk about them. The first are the collection from Sydney Grace and Temtalia. I love these. Sydney Grace has one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas of any out there on the market. They have fantastic customer service. No, this is not sponsored. They don't know me. They don't know I'm talking about them. I love their stuff. And this collection, oh, it is so good. The artwork on the packaging is beautiful. The only downside is sometimes I forget which colors are in with each palette, so I have to open each one every time to see what I want to wear that day. Today, I'm wearing, part of what I'm wearing is from the On the Horizon palette. I'm wearing the shade Midnight Courage on the outer corner of my eye, and that shimmery blue right there, Flying High, on the majority of my lid. Love that. The other two palettes in that collection, Radiant Reflection, and it's more of a rainbow palette with a little twist. It's really, really beautiful. I found that I used this shade down here quite a bit. That is Phosphines. I use that one a lot. So that is beautiful. And the last one in this collection is from the Quintessence palette. And I mean, if this doesn't say me, I don't know what does. All of these blues and greens and cool tones. Oh, I love this palette. I think I use this one the most. So this collection from Sydney Grace and Temtalia was so, so good. And my other favorite eyeshadow palette this year was also a collab from none other than Tina of Fancy Face here on YouTube. And this is her Hummingbird palette in conjunction with Odin's Eye. Isn't that artwork so pretty? So I'm so proud of Tina. I've been watching her for years, and it was like, I don't know, it felt like we all collectively got a collab when she got a collab. And so I was so excited, so proud of her. All of her hard work here on YouTube paid off. This year she hit 100K. Woo, woo, woo. So happy for her. And this palette is gorgeous. It is colorful, it's fun, just like Tina. And today I have one of my favorite shades in the palette, Clear Blue. I have that on my inner corner, as well as I use it as a transition color. And I've been using that one so much, I almost rubbed the little hummingbird imprint, embossing off of the shade. I love this palette. I played with it a lot, and I don't know, this one just close to my heart. So congratulations again, Tina, on your achievements. I'm so happy for you. Now, let's talk about lips. We're still wearing masks, so we don't use a lot of lip products as far as like lipstick, unless I'm trying to dress up in the house, honestly, or take a picture or something like that. So I haven't bought a lot of lipsticks. I've been kind of sticking with my tried and true, my Mented lipsticks. I'm wearing this one today. It's Believe It. And I'm wearing that, topped off with none other than a Fenty Beauty gloss bomb. This one is Fussy. I mean, these gloss bombs, I have almost all of them except for the Heat collection. I have one from the Heat collection. I don't really do plumping lip products, but I have all the others, and they're just good. They're just good. They're a staple in my collection. I will continue to buy them when they come out with new shades, and I'm interested in their new lipstick. I need to pick those up. Now, some other things that I was into last year were fragrance. And I just want to share a few with you that I've been enjoying. The one that I'm wearing today is by Ariana Grande. It's called Cloud. It's sweet. It's a sweet floral. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. It matches well with my body chemistry. Another one, and I like to wear this one to bed. The next two I like to wear to bed. This one is Vanilla Woods by the Seven Virtues. And it is woody and vanilla-y, and it's sweet and calming, and that's why I like to wear it to bed. And it's not strong. It doesn't give you a headache. It's not too sickeningly sweet, but it is sweet. So I enjoyed that one. Another one I like to wear to bed is Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. I like to wear this one to bed mainly because it's not super strong and it doesn't last very long on me, but it is nice and it's warm and comforting. And I would describe it as a more masculine, feminine fragrance, if that makes any sense. So I enjoy that one. And my last one is my baby. I got this one from the Dior store in Las Vegas, and it's Rouge Trafalgar by Dior. It is sweet and a little rosy and a tiny bit floral. It's sweet, but not candy sweet. Even though it's Trafalgar, I think chocolate, I think Trafalgar Square, but it's not that kind of sweet. It's a floral sweet. And I don't typically like florals unless they're rose. And this isn't overtly rose, but you can tell that there's rose in it. And I absolutely love this fragrance. So that is Rouge Trafalgar by Dior. And that is it. Those are my favorite products in the beauty sphere from 2021. Thank you guys so much for being patient and bearing with me during my absence. And I'm excited to be back and doing things that I find beautiful. So you guys go and do something beautiful today too. Bye.